Hey there, guys, and welcome to MightyCall. My name's Anthony, and today I'm going to be walking you through the essentials of setting up MightyCall's phone system. In just a few short minutes, you'll know how to add business phone numbers, set up caller ID, add your team members, set up call flows, customize your personal call settings, and how to use the contact book and the journal. I'll also be saying just a few short words about our mobile app. Let's get started. Now first, you're going to have to log into your MightyCall account. In the Numbers and Widgets tab, you can complement your main MightyCall number with an additional one, or you can port in a virtual number which you're already using. I'll be adding a link to a video which can explain in more detail how to port your business number as well. By default, all outbound calls made through the MightyCall web phone, the MightyCall mobile app, a connected soft phone, or IP desk phone will show your business number as the caller ID. If you want to display your company name instead of the business number on outbound calls, it's possible. You can get a service called CNAME. CNAME is available on local numbers only, and it depends on your service provider's availability. If you're interested, contact our support team to learn how you can set it up. MightyCall also offers the Call Display Control option. If you enable Call Display Control, calls forwarded from your business line to your cell phone or your landline will display your MightyCall number instead of the caller ID, furthering the business-personal divide. Now, it's time to add to your team. Now, if you have colleagues, you can add them easily to the MightyCall service. This will mean that all the people on your team will be able to make and receive calls with your MightyCall number. For convenience, you can create departments like sales or support and distribute client calls to specific people on your team. Plus, everyone on your team can have their own extension. You can use the presence indicator feature to track the availability status of each person. Once you've got your business numbers and team all set up, it's time to set up call flows. After adding your business numbers, click on the call flow icon. From there, click on Select a Number and check off the numbers you want this call flow to apply to. You can pretty much create as many call flows as you want. The default call flow will take your callers through a voice greeting and will then forward the call to the main user. However, there are other call handling options you can choose. For one, you can choose how to handle calls from different numbers, like regular calls, VIP calls, or spam calls. Now you can choose custom call forwarding options for each type of caller. Now let's start with just regular callers. Most business owners only want to receive calls from regular customers only during business hours. To do that, click the 24/7 button and change the setting from Available 24 hours to Have Business Hours. Then, specify your business hours. Now you can also change the voice greeting your customers hear when they call you. If you want to personalize the voice greeting, give it some personal flair instead of just the robotic voice, you just click the Customize icon. You'll have the option to upload an audio file, record a greeting on your phone, or you can use a MightyCall Voice Studio. Now, if you have a team, you may want regular business hour calls to be forwarded not just to the main user like yourself, but to a group like a department or a call queue. Now at the bottom of your call flow chart, you'll see the end user who will receive the call. To change the setting, just click the small action menu icon. You'll now see 9 different options of how to handle the call. Now you can choose any of them, but for now we're going to focus on call to group. It's the green one at the top. Call to group comes in handy when you can separate your staff into at least 2 departments, like sales and tech support. To add a new group, click the Add Group button, as you might expect. For each group you create, you may then customize the voice greeting and change how the call is handled, in case there's no answer. Now, call queue is similar to call to group, but instead of making the rounds of your group just once before sending to voicemail, the call is held on the line until an operator becomes available or the caller hangs up. To customize call queue settings, click the Action menu, and then the purple icon. In the Users in this queue section, you can add specific team members who will receive incoming calls. In the queue settings section, you can customize greetings, add music on hold, and specify when to direct the caller to voicemail. Now that we've seen how to change call flow settings for regular customers, we can do the same for VIP customers. Spam calls, of course, will be disconnected. You can also add a customer to a block list from the mobile app if you're on the go and someone is spamming your phone. Now that you have a call flow set up, the next important thing is to set up call forwarding. Now, call forwarding is a personal setting, so you're going to have to go to your profile. Now, it's different for each user depending on how you want to answer calls, via your cell phone, the MightyCall web phone, the MightyCall mobile app, or an external IP desk phone or a soft phone. To enable call forwarding to an external soft phone or an IP desk phone, you'll need to connect it to MightyCall. Get some quick connection details or see the full guide on setting up soft phones and desk phones in the right-hand corner of the window. Now, when you're finished with call forwarding settings, select whether your devices will ring simultaneously or sequentially. You can also review your answering rules. Here you may specify how to handle calls when your status is set to Do Not Disturb, when you're busy with another call, or when there's simply no answer. Once again, you may keep the default greeting and call forwarding options, or you can make them more personal. It's up to you. But note that answering rule settings apply to each user individually and can be changed only by said user. When you click the Greetings and Media tab, you can change your music on hold, voicemail, ringtone, etc. Unlike greetings and call flows, these are personal settings, again, and apply only to the specific user. Now, the journal is a place where you can keep track of your call history, your texts, and your voicemails. You can filter your customer requests by type or by your team members. You can also listen to recorded calls and receive voicemail transcripts, which can also, of course, be sent to your email. Naturally, you can place a call directly from the journal page. When you leave comments on a call, all of your colleagues will see your notes, so everyone is going to be on the same page. Journal has another obvious benefit. When you finish a task, for example, you can mark it as resolved to keep better track of what needs doing and who has done what. Moving on, let's talk about the contact book. MightyCall now supports the Business Contact Book feature, which allows you to save information about your customers and to see the history of your communication. For each client, you can add a name, email, and up to 20 phone numbers, as well as a personal comment visible to all users in the account. The contact book is shared by all users in the account. A client created by one user will also be visible to all the others in the team. You can also upload a file in CSV or vCard format into MightyCall's contact book. And of course, you can also add a new contact from scratch. Go to the contact book section and click the Add Contact button. So now, as we said earlier, just a few words about MightyCall's mobile app. Our app allows for many options, including options like making and receiving calls on behalf of your business number using your cell phone, reading texts and replying to them with your business number, managing your status, available Do Not Disturb, add and edit contacts in the business contact book, leaving comments on contacts, and viewing communications history with each individual contact, listening to and reading your voicemails, listening to call recordings, or blocking unwanted callers. The MightyCall mobile app allows you to make outgoing calls on your mobile with your very own business number. Now, you can select one of three methods for these outgoing calls. First, IP telephony. It's the default preferred method. It requires a good internet connection, and your customer is going to see your business number as a caller ID during the outgoing call. Next is mixed method. Your customer will also see your business number as a caller ID during the outgoing call. This method can be used if your internet connection is poor. Via your cell phone. Your customer will see your cell phone number. This method can be used if you have an internet connection that's really, really weak or basically non-existent, but you want to make a call regardless. I really hope that these tips help you to become more confident using MightyCall. If you still need help, check out our support portal for more tips on working with MightyCall. And if that doesn't help, contact our support team anytime, 24/7. Thanks for coming.